International Women's Day, a day during which we reflect on the position of women in the broadest sense of the word. Here at TUE, we have employees and students from all over the world, and by now we are fairly well represented by women. But that wasn't always the case. However, did you know that in the very beginning, 50% of the students were women? 19-year-old Henny van der Lede is one of the first 2 students to enroll in the electrical engineering program at what was then the Technische Hogeschool Eindhoven. She is even specially addressed during the inaugural speech by Rector Magnificus Doorgelo.
Mevrouw en mijn heren studenten.
In the years that follow, it's however mainly boys who study here. The importance of women in science is however recognized. So there are specific information days for girls, like this one in 1970. Nationally, there are also campaigns, such as the Thea Studies Technology Days. It seems to work because in 1985, more than 700 girls visit. But the number of registrations still lags behind. In the 1980s, this famous campaign follows.
Vanaf 1990 moet je als meisje op eigen benen kunnen staan. Een slimme meid is op haar toekomst voorbereid.
But let us go back to the 60s for a moment though first. Wil Visser becomes the first female doctor at the university. Until her retirement, she remains connected to the Faculty of Chemical Engineering and Chemistry at TUE. And then it's another 9 years before the first female professor starts. From 1976 onwards, Helga Fassbinder holds the chair as Professor of Urban Renewal. And with that, she was also the first European female professor in her field. And more great examples follow, like Annelies Bronswijk, who has worked for TUE for over 20 years, and she is still seen as an authority in the field of indoor climate. And what about all these women who do groundbreaking research and hold important positions? In 2006, we get the first female honorary doctor. It is Professor Dr. Mary Fannett Wheeler, who receives the honorary doctorate for her research in the field of applied and industrial mathematics. And since last year, we have Sylvia Leenaerts, the first female rector of a technical university in the Netherlands. The university considers a more equal distribution of women and men important and tries to encourage it in various ways. We aim for at least 30% female researchers in our scientific staff, and we have adjusted our recruitment policy accordingly. And there's also the Irene Curie Fellowship Program to offer scholarships to talented female scientists. Some final figures to conclude. In 2023, over 7,000 people worked here, of which almost 66% were scientific staff. Over 1,500 of them were women, which is about 31%. Take a look at this graph, showing an upward trend. There's also an upward trend among students. Out of over 13,000 students, 28% are women. A lot has changed. Suits are still around, but now they are also worn by our women.